Hello everybody, welcome back to the Malbeefance channel. Good to see you all again. And we are going into turn 39 of this series replay for Strategic Command World War I. So it is the end of January 1917 in game. We are deep in winter. The Entente, controlled by the computer, has thrown some pretty heavy offensives along the various fronts, um, specifically the Western Front and down here uh, in the Alps. Things are not going very well for the Entente over in Serbia. For those of you that have not been following the whole series, the Central Powers, played by me, we've been able to force Russia out of the war. The Russian Empire has fallen apart. Excuse me. And we are overrunning, the Central Powers are overrunning the Balkans. Let me move the map down there. And so you can see here, Serbia has been reduced to two small pockets right here on the Greek border and over here up against Bulgaria and Romania. And then Greece itself, the northern portion has been overrun. And hopefully within the next couple of turns, I'll be able to knock both Serbia and Greece out of the war. And then I will take all of these forces down here, the Austro-Hungarian forces, and focus them on an invasion of Italy, while the Turkish forces focus on pushing the UK out of Egypt and also pushing Italy out of eastern Libya. So that's the overall plan. We'll see how that goes. So let's go ahead and advance the turn and see what we get. Now there has been Central Powers liberate Belgium again. Let me get through all the announcements first. Okay, naval blockade between Scotland and Norway. Germany develops production level 2. Cheaper stuff. Austria-Hungary develops ground attack weapons level 1. Awesome. Finally got an upgrade for the Austrian bombers. Austrian scientists is that production technology up to 100%, so we now have production technology level 2 for the Austrians. And 100% in industrial technology, so that brings industrial technology for the Austrians up to level 3. More money. Ottoman scientists, fighter development up to 82%. Aerial warfare up to 74% for the Ottomans. And here's our ledger for next turn. Normally I don't stick very long on this pop-up window because you can always just pause the video and look at it yourself if you want more detail. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, there was a comment about the order in which I spend the production points. Why do I not do research and development first? That's a me thing. You put me in research and development, I will get absolutely spend happy, and I will spend all of the production points on research and development and not save any for anything else. All right, so here we see the Entente fleet is responding heavily, probably to my invasion of Crete more than anything else, but they're running into all of my raiding forces in the process. So not bad, but not great. So we knew they were going to repair the garrison there. Knew that was going to happen. But hopefully there is enough reduction in morale and readiness that the infantry unit and the Marine Corps unit that are on the island will be able to defeat the garrison. So, all right, so now we got the air war over the Western Front. Now over the Alps. So the usual gambit of using the blimps to draw out my fighters before sending in the bombers. That's a standard tactic. All right, now we have the regular artillery barrage on what little is left of Liege. Now we got a push going on here in Suez, it looks like. And the usual attempt to take Trento. The computer is nothing if not persistent. But I mean, the strategy makes sense. I'm not knocking the strategy. All right, so let's see what they do here in the Suez. Can we hold on to that hex? My poor Cyrenaic and rebels. All right, so do the two dreadnoughts stick around? Do I get a chance to see if I can knock them out? Yes, no, maybe. The computer's thinking about it. Okay, there goes the French one. They're out of there. Yeah, so they're withdrawing as many of the naval units as they can. Does the Italian dreadnought vacate the area or not? We shall find out in a moment. I don't think so, because I mean now they're repairing and digging in. Nope, they don't. Okay, so there's our disrupting convoys report. And the blockade, the close blockade. Japanese destroyers are hunting German commerce raiders in the Indian Ocean. Curses. Kaiser Karl dismisses his chief of staff, Konrad von Hotzendorf. Now, that was a historical event. Basically, what it does for us in game, it gives us another leader. Okay, the inventor Ferdinand von Zeppelin dies at age 78. I'll give you three guesses. One of his inventions were. Alice Wheeldon is convicted of conspiracy to murder Lord Lloyd George using poison darts. Now, why would you want to do that? All right, so computer is calculating supply for the upcoming Central Powers turn. And here is the activity summary. Intelligence spots an Italian pre-dreadnought in Naples. Pershing's headquarters spotted in D.C. Plummer's headquarters spotted near Suez. What is that? Turkish intelligence spots a French infantry corps near Brussels. 23rd German Reserve Corps is back out on the board. All right, so where do we want to put this guy? Where do I need more folks? So it really hinges on where I want to push. Now, I've been playing a defensive war pretty much along the Western Front this entire game. That is not really changing. I am advancing a little bit here and there, trying to take major supply points along the Western Front, but I'm not really. I should say I haven't been really throwing um, a full offensive onto the Western Front. That is getting ready to change now that I've been able to transfer units from the Eastern Front over to the Western Front and the Alps. Alright, so the Austrians get a destroyer, and the Ottomans get their first Air Force components, first fighters and first bombers. Alright, so we finish with reinforcements, and it brings us to the Mediterranean. So we'll go ahead and we'll start there. Let me start with the rebels, reinforce them. Hopefully soon I'll be able to get some forces landing in Benghazi to relieve these guys. Alright, so let's go with Crete next. See if we can't do some damage to the garrison there. Uh-oh. Oh, good hit. And yes, so that defeats the garrison on Crete. The infantry can't advance, but the Marines can, so that takes the city. That'll conquer Crete. That's a huge victory. So let's see if we can't follow that up with sinking this Italian dreadnought. And the Andrea Doria is sunk. Another major victory right there. All right. Now, there's no way I'm going to be able to get these two British armored cruisers, but we can do some damage and then bravely run away. Or not. I found that French dreadnought, and I'm probably going to lose that Ottoman light cruiser for my troubles. All right. Let's do what damage we can. Good Lord. I am just not having luck with these retreats. Alright, do I have any more naval forces out here? I've got the dreadnought up here. So let's go ahead and finish off the Jean Bart. And I've got enough movement points to make it back to port. Sweet. Well, that was a major victory right there. Getting Crete and getting both of those dreadnoughts. That was huge. Awesome. I will consider the loss of one light cruiser definitely worth the cost. Alright, upgrade. I really don't want to spend the money to upgrade the detachments, but these guys are a little exposed. So let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so before we move on to the Balkans and Greece, let's go ahead. Now last turn, the Ottomans got infantry weapons level 2, and it puts me in a little bit of a bind because I got to decide, do I want to try and push oh, excuse me. Do I want to push down here in Suez, or do I want to upgrade, or maybe do a little of both? So there's the determining factor right there. My artillery only has 2 shots. That's not going to do me a whole world of good, so reinforce him, and then we'll upgrade the guys behind him. And I'm not going to say time is on my side. Is it possible for the Central Powers to still lose the war? Well, for me, that depends on your definition of losing. It is possible for the Entente to prevent the fall of France and prevent the withdrawal of the UK from the war. In which case, if the Central Powers, if I'm not able to take out France and or the UK before the end of the game, then that is going to result in a Central Powers minor victory. Does the Entente have the ability to get a major victory? I don't see that as a possibility at this point in the game, unless I screw up really, really bad. Let's hope that doesn't happen. All right, so moving on to the Balkans. We'll start in the south here down in Greece. My purpose here is again to just cut off any attempts to relieve Serbia. Yeah, that's the name of the place. All right, so are these guys out of supplies yet? One of them is. Can I one-shot him? Looks like it. There we go. Do I want to try it? Yeah, let's do it. I might get lucky. Okay. Well, we did considerable amount of damage. They're going to have to spend production points in order to repair this infantry unit. And, whoops, and he's running very low on supplies. There we go. So they might not be able to repair him fully. All right, so I am in a position where I can spot a scub, and let's drop some artillery on it. 3 and 4. Oh, good lord. There we go. Whoops, he can't move in there? I guess not. Can anybody move in there? He can. I can't advance anybody up to here. Oh, I can move him. Do I want to, though? Let's save that decision for the moment. All right, so now with Austrian forces in the city here, that cuts this unit off from supply. So I really don't have to worry about him at this point. So let's see if we can get Nish, and we will end our troubles here in the Balkans. Okay, 0 for 4 and 0 for 4. Let's go with the weaker guy. Oh, he one-shots him. Awesome. All right, so that is it for Serbia. Alright, so I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do to damage the British Infantry Corps here. So due to the cold weather, movement is reduced, and that's why this Marine Corps unit, normally he would be able to get up into one of these two hexes, but he's not able to because of the bad weather. So it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do anything. These Serbian units will most likely surrender. They will go off the map um, at the start of next turn, and this unit will be left, this UK unit will be left out of supply. Who is that? The 19th Corps. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, I can pretty much start pulling these guys out. Reinforce him what I can. Reinforce him. So I'm going to need to leave a garrison in Belgrade, and then I'll have to leave one in Pristina. That's what this guy's going to do. All right. Okay, so that looks like that's going to take it for the, or do it for the Balkans. Real quick look here one more time, make sure I didn't forget anything. All right, so moving on to the Alps. So let's swap him out. He's been under heavy assault. Now I should, even though his supply is down, morale and readiness is pretty good, so I can leave him there long enough for me to go ahead and upgrade. Get him out of there. Get him even further out of there. Pull him out. Just seeing if I had any updates for these guys. So we could do some damage to that Italian unit sitting there. But I'd actually rather go after this French unit. So his entrenchment is 4. We've only got 3 shots available. But I've got 3 infantry corps that can attack. I have no idea what's back here. I'm pretty sure there's going to be something there. Alright, so before we do that, get that submarine out. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Alright, 2 to 6, 2 to 3. Alright, so now I need a sacrificial lamb. Ugh. Two to two, 1 to 2. Do we do it? Let's do it. Keep the pressure on. Alright, so we got a casualty out of that. Swap them out. Alright, so that was a victory. I may wind up losing that regiment, but it was worth the effort. Alright, doesn't look like anything more to do in the Alps. Now there is one thing I remembered. So let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so let's get him out of there. Down here. So I mentioned it in a previous episode. The idea for the amphibious assault on Italy, you're going to have 3 units. There's going to be 2 Austrian and 1 German, simply because of the limits that I've got on how many landing craft I have available. And that's driven by the technology level, excuse me, of the amphibious warfare. So with level 0, Germany's only got the 1 that they can put out there. Austria, they're up at level 1, so they're able to deploy 2 units at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Austrian Marines and the German Marines. They're going to land here. One of them's going to take Brindisi, the other one's going to take Taranto, so that way we secure the 2 ports. And then the third amphibious force is going to be a Austrian cavalry unit that I'm going to land here to go ahead and take Cantazzaro in order to cut off any reinforcements going to Sicily, and then that cavalry unit will be used to go ahead and occupy Sicily. At least that's the plan. We'll see how well that goes. All right, so I'm saving the Western Front for last. Let's go ahead and get my submarines back into port so they can resupply and refit as necessary. Now, my immediate plan for the High Seas Fleet is to go ahead and get them refit, which is almost complete. There's just the 1 destroyer left. And then once I've got enough submarines to fill in the holes in the High Seas Fleet's formation, then I'll go ahead and I'll take them out to Scapa Flow again and see if we can't entice any of the remaining Grand Fleet dreadnoughts to come out and play. Now, if the timing works out and the U-boats are all resupplied and refit, then I'll have the U-boats working with the High Seas Fleet. So that way the U-boats can work as scouts and maybe even pick off some stragglers if that opportunity presents itself. There we go. I don't want to be right up against the blockade hexes, just in case there is a Entente unit in them. Because this way, if I wait until next turn to do that, they'll have plenty of movement points left to go ahead and back off. Okay, so that takes care of the High Seas Fleet. So now on to the main event, the Western Front. Now, once again, I was able to take Liege back, and the Entente was not able to take the Ardennes Forest Hex. So we're starting out in a good position for this turn. So now I still want, let me hide the units for you so you can see the cities underneath. So the goal is still to focus on taking Verdun. It's a major national morale objective and also secondary supply point. So that is the most immediate target that I'm going for. And then I'd like to be able to just work my way down the front. So then after Verdun, it would be Nancy, then Epinal, and then Belfort. But the way things are shaping up, I may wind up getting Epinal or Belfort before I'm able to get Nancy. Hell, maybe even before I get Verdun. So I'm hoping to get another artillery piece out. As a matter of fact, let me check and see if Germany's got another one on the way. No, I don't. So since I have the money, let me get that into the pipeline. And then be careful about spending anything else because I want to finish upgrading German infantry corps and then reinforcing them. So he's all the way down on 0, so let's get him up. And then the fighters are in good shape. So are my recon bombers. Alright, so he's not in a position to shoot at anybody yet. So let's go ahead and fix that. And then go ahead and reinforce him. I'll upgrade where I can. So it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do an attack down in the south. I could be lying. 2 to 4, 2 to 3, 2 to 1, unless I swap them out. Alright, so let's go ahead. Use the Zeppelins to draw out the fighters. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but it is possible to see how much damage you're doing to an enemy air unit. There is, at the beginning of the game, there is a options window that'll pop up, and one of the things that you can do is you can either turn on or turn off quick animations. If you turn off the quick animations, you will be given enough time to possibly see how many damage points you do to an enemy air unit. I mean, the map doesn't automatically shift, so if the air unit is off the visible part of the map, then obviously you're not going to get a chance to see it. But I've got it on quick. Obviously, I've got it on quick animations, just simply to make the game go a little faster. So I want to try and move these guys a little closer. So let's do this. All right, so now scope him out. So if I'm able to take and hang on to this hex, that'll give me 3 hex sides against Nancy. And this artillery unit is in position to fire on Nancy. So let's use the level 1 weapons guy first, because I'm going to pull him out of there anyway. Alright, so now I can do this. Alright, so I was hoping that I would have enough movement points where one of these two guys could move in, attack the artillery, then move out, and then the next unit could move in and actually dig in and entrench themselves. But it's going to take them 3 to get in there. Then it would take them 1 point in order to either attack or entrench. And I want to hang on to that hex, so I'd rather have them entrench. So I don't get to attack the artillery piece like I was hoping to. It's 1 to 6. Oh, you guys are killing me. Alright, I can't pass this up. Still, though, it was only 4, but it was still 4. Upgrade him. Alright, so I don't have to use him along the line here. So I am going to swap him. Oh, that was a bad idea. I should have put him here. Alright, well, I can't go back on that. Alright, so take what I got left and use that to get reinforcements, do some upgrades. I really should have swapped him out. Too many mistakes. Oh, I can upgrade the airship? Yes, I can. Naval weaponry. Okay. I used him, so I can't upgrade him this turn. Alright, so it looks like that's going to do it for the Western Front. Alright. So let's go ahead, use what I got left. How we want to do this. Can I get 2 points? Nope. Just the 1. Better than nothing. What do I got left? 16 points? Well, let's see if I can reinforce him a little. Yep. There we go. 5 points left. Alright, so now Austria. Oh, do we have... Let me just see if we've got... Nope, we still don't have the convoy route open yet. Okay. Alright, so Austria, let me check their research, see if there's anything I want to do there. Yes, industrial technology, production technology. So, yep, already got mobility started. Should have done that a while ago. Sorry. Alright, let's see if there's anything I want to purchase before I spend the remaining 100 points. So what do they got coming? Just the bombers. I think that's bombers. Look real quick. Yep, okay, yeah, because of the cowling. So yeah, that's a bomber unit. It doesn't matter. They don't have enough to buy anything anyway. Alright, so go back to research. So they got 100 left. Trench warfare is about to hit level 5. Gas and shells going up to level 3 already. Fighter development, I got 2 in there. Long range aircraft, could always improve that. So, alright. So let's go anti-submarine and long range aircraft. Alright. Alright, so back to the Ottomans. Another artillery piece would be nice, but it's such a clog down here right now that it kind of be just in the way. And yeah, I know I could bring it over here, but when we land at Benghazi, but I'd really like to have this force a little bit more mobile, not have them waiting around for artillery. Alright, so let's just go to research for the Ottomans right now and see if there's something that we want to do. I mean, I can always put more in logistics. They're doing pretty good there right now. Command and control and infantry warfare are always good choices. Trench warfare is on its way to 5. Amphibious warfare is working its way to level 2. Alright, so just to do it, logistics, naval. Oh, maximum funds reached. Okay. Alright, so what do we got left? 198. What do they got coming? Nothing. Alright. So I got one fighter, one bomber. I'm about to lose a light cruiser, so I may want to buy. Um, they don't have a seaplane carrier yet, do they? No, they don't. Okay, that may seem like a frivolous expense to some folks, but no, because I can use the seaplane, the bombers on the seaplane carrier, they can scout for me. So, all right, so the Sultan is in the pipeline. So I can use it to scout out places like Malta and harass roads. All right, so 50 points left. We'll bank it. I think that pretty much does it. Zoom out here again just to have a quick look, make sure I didn't miss anybody. All right, so it looks like that's going to do it for this turn. If you've made it this far, please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Um, please drop a comment. There are some of you that are making an effort to make a comment every single uh, episode. I really appreciate that. As I've mentioned before, I know that these things help fight the YouTube algorithm, but my channel is so small, I don't see the problems with the algorithm that larger channels are having. But still, though, I appreciate it. I really do appreciate all the support that I'm getting from you folks. And as a result, I've thought about something that I want to do as a kind of thank you. And I'll talk about that as we get closer to the end of this series replay and closer to the start of the American Civil War replay. All right, so thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.